What's up, everybody? Graphic content is back. Episode 2. Gonna talk about some things, a whole bunch of different things going on. I was gonna touch on New Orleans Fan Expo, my experience and what I received, and basically have basically this open forum after that. And if anybody wants to join, talk, just let us know. If we know you, we'll send you the link. And I guess we could kind of talk about if you have any conventions going up, Chris, because I know it's con season now. I mean, we're in it. We're in con season.
Sort of. Like up here, it's not. Well, it's been a couple of small. There's a small show that I went to last weekend, and then just the cons for me really don't start until about April, and then after that, it's in full swing. But what's going on, Beckerman?
Beckerman's here. Yeah. Yeah.
Condolences.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, Kansas City. I'm sorry. I think he's. Yeah, he
Condolences
was, I know he.
for Sunday. Sunday was rough.
Yeah, I know he was still grieving like the other day, but yesterday. So hopefully he's doing better. So, uh, I'll quickly talk off New Orleans Fan Expo because I know they had MegaCon this past weekend, which was crazy.
Yeah.
MegaCon was Super Bowl weekend, so I'm wondering how
Yeah.
MegaCon was on Sunday. Because I feel like if you weren't into football, that was probably time to go. But
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, I have to feel like a lot of people would. I mean, the game is the game. I mean, you probably watch it no matter what, just because I feel like flying home on Sunday would have been a nightmare.
oh yeah.
So, or maybe Monday when you think about it, just because everybody's coming back from the Super Bowl. But
Well,
yeah,
down here, Sunday night. Well, not even Sunday night. Really, Monday morning. Monday morning was terrible. They was telling people like all kind of stuff, and traffic was bad. But
yeah,
yeah. So I can only imagine. But uh, quickly, overall, I would say New Orleans Fan Expo was very good. It didn't disappoint again. Celebrity list was crazy good. I think all the celebrities, if I'm not mistaken, made it, which is really good because of the fires in
Oh, did
LA.
he?
Fires in LA. Um, well, I shouldn't say all the celebrities. I think Rosenbaum, he's like the only one I think that canceled with the
Mhm.
fires out there. But it's pretty cool. A lot of those people showed up. A few artists end up canceling. Like I don't know if they use that as an excuse, but they had a few artists cancel. I was like, man, y'all staying in that rich area. so so I didn't know. I didn't. I was like, man, that was kind of odd to me, the artist part, because that canceled. Probably a good handful of them canceled. But overall, I would say good experience. Like I said, Celebrity was great. If honestly, if I had the money, I would have definitely met all of the Back to the Future cast because they had literally everybody of any significance dealing with Back to the Future 1, 2, or 3 was
Yeah.
there. That was I would have to say probably was a great experience for people. Um, I got to meet Ashley Eckstein again. She was super sweet. She remembered me and my daughter. I didn't get a chance for her to see my daughter again, but if she would have saw my daughter, she was like, "Wasn't she like half the size?" A year ago. So, but she was super sweet. Um, Andy Serkis, another great guy. He's actually pretty tall, I would say, in actor realms because I think he was like my height, so he was about 6 feet 6'1". But super nice guy. He autographed what you wanted. Um, he talked to you for a few minutes, which that was great because he's been in some big things and he's directed some good stuff too. So to have him there and to like at least talk to you. A few of the other people I've met before, so I didn't see. I didn't go to. I can't think right now. He's
Oh.
in new Captain America movie recently. Uh,
Mm.
he was in Mandalorian. A whole bunch of stuff. I can't think of his name, but he was there. But I didn't see him. But I met a lot of artists that I didn't meet before, and I did get stuff signed. I didn't pick up any books, like purchase any books, but I didn't. and I didn't get this signed by my boy, man. I didn't get this signed. I was limited on funds, and I didn't get a chance to meet him and get that signed. So that would have been really cool. But uh, the artists there that I did meet, they were awesome. A few of them asked me questions about the city, which I was happy to. I was happy to be able to tell them some stuff about the city, places to eat, and stuff like that. Ron Wilson, super nice. I talked to him for like 15 minutes. I felt
Yeah.
like longer than that, but but he was nice. Capture Collectibles is a staple that they always come there um, to do autographs. They were great as well. Um, whole crew didn't have any issues getting stuff signed. They were very helpful. The things that I
No,
wanted to
Captain
get signed.
Collectibles.
Yeah, Capture Collectibles. Yeah. So only issue I had with them is I guess some of the volunteers they have volunteers that work there, and it's nothing against I would say it's nothing against the fan expo. It's kind of like with the people who kind of run the celebrity area
Hmm.
because they have different tiers. So they don't I guess get all the information, the volunteers. So at one point we were waiting to go to meet Andy Circus, and she's like, "Well, we're supposed to go to the VIP line because they pay for capture pays for that experience to do that, and you're the money that you pay capture kind of all works its way." But the lady who was working that area, I guess, didn't know that information, so we had to call. We called her, the owner of Captured. He came down. She still didn't She still said, "Oh no, you got to wait over here." Blah, blah. She says, "Uh, no, I don't, but I'll call the people who are in charge." So he calls the people. They have like red and black jerseys, like hockey jerseys. So one of the guys goes, he tells her, we go straight in the go straight in the front. But that was like the only hiccup I had there, and it, like I said, that wasn't. I wouldn't say that wasn't on Fan Expo, and I would say it was more on the volunteers probably not paying attention. I want to say
Yeah.
I would say that because they probably told them that information, but they're probably getting a lot of information at once, and they're probably not paying attention. They're probably just happy to get in convention for free
Yeah.
because I think they have to work a couple days, but they get to go one day for free. I forgot how it works out.
Something like
Um,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I forgot how it works out, but obviously she didn't pay attention, and that was only one area we had that issue. Besides that, overall, I would definitely give it an A. The weather at that time, which is kind of funny, that 20, no, less than 20 days, I would say probably like 15 days, well, 15 to 16 days after the convention, we had all that snow in Louisiana. But the weather at that time was actually great. I think it was like 60s, 70s. It was, I think it rained Friday early, but not anytime during when the conventions kind of started. Uh, Saturday was great. Sunday was great. Um, it was a little cold for people coming, like because my boy Yahweh, he came down. It was snowing there. It was snowing in Oklahoma, but when they got here, it wasn't. And then he had the
Mhm.
fires in L.A. But yeah, it was and people doing the media badges. They were great, uh, really quick. People doing regular badges really quick, scanning and all that stuff. So it was like a very good experience. I haven't had that smooth of an experience in a while. Uh, I would say it was better organized than I've seen, and it looked like it's getting better and better. So that was great uh, to talk about that. But let me show some of the things I picked up. I didn't get to meet Shajad Shaw, but he had this exclusive there, and they were already signed. So I
Oh
just
wow.
picked it up. I figure if he's at a convention again later, I could just get him to do a little turtle remark down here since I already have it signed. Uh, but I did, limited on time, money, and I wanted to kind of do some filming, which I did. So that was cool because it says New Orleans at the bottom. Maybe I could get him to
Yeah.
do a little turtle with a fleur de lis. That would be actually be pretty cool. I did a little jam piece, which I have room for another little spot. If this guy would have moved this little character over a little bit more, it would be definitely more enough for him to do another character. But I did a jam piece. I met
Oh, nice.
Gid. I know his last name's Gidry. Tim Lottie, and I think it was Hemel. I think it's Hamel. I think his name is.
Mm,
But Tim was so funny. Tim made a mistake on his because he was just doing the turtle, but he made a mistake because he was gonna do it over here, and so he did the turtle over here, and he corrected the mistake and did a villain on this side. So he actually did two head sketches for the price of one because of the mistake,
yeah,
and he colored them, as you can see,
yeah,
and he
that's awesome.
colored them because he felt bad about it. He really felt bad about it, but you can't even see where the mistake is unless I go super close and point it out right there.
Oh yeah,
But like you really can't tell. Um,
you're
so
right.
maybe I can get one more. The back cover is not blank because I was hoping it was blank. I
Oh
could add
yeah,
to it, so it kind of sucks. So I guess I can get something done like maybe right here. Um, and maybe if I can get somebody to do a Mauser or something, a little small Mauser for like $5, $10.
yeah. Well, you know
uh,
what? Like, the one thing that I would think of, like, if you're gonna do something like that, like, oh, if you're gonna do like a gem piece like that, sometimes if you just if the first guy you ask, if you ask him like, hey, can you like set this up in like a grid, so it's like just like and just tell him like I want to try to get like at least six characters on there, like not, and you can do whichever one you want, whatever,
if
but
you
like
look, Tim did it correctly. Tim did these two characters.
yeah,
It's this guy this guy did the character like just in the center. Like I don't know why.
yeah,
Instead of doing it like over here. Like he had all
yeah,
this room and he could have moved it over here. And then I could have fit another one. And actually I could have fit probably two more down here. So I could have fit like six heads. But
yeah. Like, I saw
this one is the
somebody.
one that kind of messed up because if he'd have slid it over, then you're talking about another spot here and possibly something right here. But
Yeah, I think like like if you ask them for that, like if you ask them like, hey, can you do like a layout for like this, like sometimes they'll go ahead and take care of it, and especially if you're getting it, if you're like looking to do like multiple characters kind of standing in a row or something like that, like
mhm.
they'll like first person will just do one and then just kind of leave space for other
Yeah.
people to go over.
So I met Bill Morrison again.
Oh,
I had
nice.
this book, so I got it signed by Bill. I had another book as well. I only had a couple of books for him to sign. So got that signed, itchy and scratchy. It has a poster and everything, so he was super nice. Um, he was doing a painting for somebody. I never seen that before, so that was really cool. Um, I met Ron Wilson, like I said before,
Yep.
but I'll show this one off first because this was call not call bar. What's his name? Oh my god, I can't. Got a brain fart. Um, when I see the signature, I'll be able to tell you. But I got my Uncle Scrooge. Don Rosa. So
Oh,
Don
okay. Yeah.
Rosa has something in here because this is almost like a whole bunch of different stories. And he was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's like he hadn't seen this, and he flips through it. He flips through it, and he goes, oh yeah, here it is. He found his work, and he did it old school, and this autograph where his work was at.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I do have like a trade paperback of this that if I do see him at another show, I'll bring the trade, get it signed as well. But that was cool. And then he was funny because I said how much for the signature. And he says he's sitting next to and mind you, he's sitting next to Arthur Sudan when he says this, and he says an artist should never charge you for his signature. You should never have to pay for a signature. And he's like saying it pretty loud. And I was like, okay. I said, you sure? I said, I just, I'm just very respectful and stuff like that. And, because he came out this way, I just wanted to, he says, no. I said, he's like, but if you should never have to pay. And that's when he kept going. You should never have to pay for a signature especially for a book you're not getting graded. And I was like, well, I appreciate it very much, and I said thank you for coming to New Orleans. So he was very cool, very cool. I thought I had more Ron. Oh, I ended up selling a Ron Wilson for somebody, but these were PC books.
Oh,
So this was first appearance
yeah.
of Cottonmouth. I should have got him to sign the inside like Carl Barks. I saw him do that with other people, but it was too late, so he just signed it right there. first appearance of Cottonmouth. This is in my Luke Cage
Yeah,
collection. I have
that's
like
not
a
a
whole
bad that's not a
one.
bad place to
Oh
start.
no, no, it's not about bad place at all. I just thought when I saw him do it, I said, oh, I should just got it inside. Like since it's a PC book, I should
Yeah.
just got it inside. So it's all right. First Cottonmouth, he worked on that one, so I got him to sign that one. And then I found this on eBay because I was looking for more Ron Wilson stuff, and I saw this on eBay because I didn't know he worked on Avengers 123.
125.
123, the
Oh no,
origin of
yeah, he did a bunch in that, but like the Thanos one, like that's the one
well,
I got him to start.
125 was more expensive,
Yeah,
which is crazy because 123 is actually a bigger key, even though it's just origins. It's like origins of Mantis and I think First Libra or something like that. So and she's on the
yeah,
cover, so he
yeah.
signed it like right there.
Yep.
But the big thing about this book when I bought it, and it actually has a if anybody knows in the military knows that little symbol, but you can't really. It's not a good stamp, but it's a Mark Julius.
Oh, nice.
So got this for on eBay for $20, and I was able to get him to sign it. And it came in like 2 days before the convention. Not in great condition, not in great, but it's just a book that I wanted to keep because I didn't have. I mean, I couldn't find stuff that I had from him, but I know I probably had, and I just was overlooking it. It's hard to go through every collect because he didn't work on like it was kind of weird how he worked on stuff. It's like
He
he
jumped
it
around.
felt yeah it felt like he was the guy they called when somebody got too backed up and
Yeah,
they needed somebody to do a cover like needed him to do some a cover to be done. So they
yeah,
called him. That's what because he jumped around a lot. Like
yeah,
I like when he did this, I said, oh maybe he did a few other Luke Cages. Like he did, but it was jumped around. Like it was like jumped around.
yeah,
And same thing with this one. It's like I think he does 123, and then I think he goes to 125. Like you said. So it's not like a good lineage of stuff. And then I met Greg Land, which I have a book coming in tomorrow, which I don't know when I'm gonna do the unboxing for because I do have a modern unboxing to show people off. But I met Greg Lang and got this one signed. So Lady Deadpool #1, he signed it on the pizza. Which he should have used a paint pen, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. What was his name? Rob
it was the
Paulson.
right color, but should have been a paint pen.
Yeah, Rob Paulson did that to me. He did that on that Turtles book. Like everybody else signed in paint pen, and he signed it
Mm.
in red, and just regular. I was like, all right, well, it's not as bright as the other
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. What he the funny thing is he had paint pens. I just didn't
Yeah.
think of it because it was a free signature, which Greg Land. I think he did 2 free signatures this time in New Orleans.
Oh, nice.
Last year, I think it was last year or the year before. He did 3. He did 3 free sigs. So, and it was for the whole weekend. It wasn't like you get 2 this day, 2 that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what we thought. We thought it was we just we get. Well, that's what my buddy Yahweh thought. And but I only had 2 books total. I had this one and another book that was getting graded, um, which which was fine with me. I mean, I was happy to pay him for one of the books and then get the other one. But that was all the books that I got signed. I have like that I have with me. I have like I said, I have one coming in tomorrow, and I have 3 more still at CGC. So when those all come in, I'll unbox them and show them off. But and those I got done by Capture the Collectibles. They let me do my account again, which was very helpful. Um, well, actually, how it is now, they told me I think you have to do your account. I think
Oh,
that's what they
really?
told me. Yeah, I think with the new CGC, you have to do your account, and you have to do it electronically. That's what they told me. So, and we end up doing it. Like I end up pulling it up on my phone, and you know, did everything on there, and then they just needed the number that it like the CS number, and they were able to send it out. But
You know what?
like I said,
I still am not like, oh, like, yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah,
well,
I'm
I'll say,
if
but
I'm gonna create a submit, I'm doing stuff where CGC is like, if you had, so it's just like that to me, just because like I get fearful that they're gonna sit there and just, okay, well, even though we're gonna charge you all this much and destroy you. Like, please don't.
well,
Like,
yeah, how it's done now. I think that might be in effect because of the new JSA thing.
Hmm.
And JSA was there if you wanted to get something verified from like this a celebrity, a post or whatever. So they did have JSA there. But like I said, it's a great convention. I did show some walkthroughs when I did it. If anybody's like looking for a little mini vacation after like Christmas, that's not expensive and escape the cold, that's one of the ones I would always recommend people to come down. I know Tony came down. Tony Sanders came down. He said he had a great time. So
Yeah.
it sounds like he might do this again. I don't know if he's gonna do it next year, but it looked like he had a great experience. So he might. I could tell you. I could tell from his experience he'll probably come again. And Yahweh's been, I think, the last four out of 4 years that he's come 3 times out of four, or maybe 2 times out of three. I can't remember how it worked, how he did it, but
Yeah.
he's been here at least 2 or 3 times, um, and always had a good time. Food, good food, good atmosphere, very laid back, especially at the convention. Friday, I'll tell you this, Chris. Friday, and everybody else who's watching this, best time to get artist signatures.
Yeah. Oh,
Best
yeah.
time.
First day. First day is always the best day
What
because
was well, not at
everything
every
around.
convention because some conventions are so packed. Like I went to Dallas. I think I didn't even get halfway done last year at Dallas or the year before. Yeah, I think it was the year
See,
before.
usually it's not that way
Uh,
for me. Usually, like
but
on that Friday, or at least the shows I normally go to.
yeah,
Usually that Friday you can get everything done, and then signature wise, and then there's just like the rest of the time you just kind of
I
running around
I'd
because
say
people are
yeah,
so
yeah.
like
We
caught
yeah
up
we
in just
got
getting stuff.
I got every signature done. I want to say but one signature. Yahweh I think did the same thing. Got everything done but one signature. And but Tony got everything done Friday before we even got to the convention. He was done.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah. So we were. I mean, basically got it. Only reason I didn't get everything done is I had to get um. Oh man, I just said his name. Um.
Done.
Oh God, Smeagol. What is his name?
Oh, Andy Circus.
Andy Circus. He wasn't coming until Saturday and Sunday, so that's the
Yeah.
reason why I wasn't finished until Saturday. But everything else was completed Friday. Everything. Like, that was the ones I showed plus the I would say what I got 4 books out plus 3 books. So all of those books plus the three, I got all done Friday. Um, so that was actually great. I'd say that's always because like if you're a person that want to go hunt for comics or want to go look at other stuff, you have multiple days to do that now. You know, so
Yeah.
because you can get everything done on Friday, and then you can be like, all right, let me go look around me for comics on Saturday, and then look at other stuff. At the convention Saturday, and then Sunday you can go make your purchases if for stuff um, after you do that look around. So that's always a plus. I always say there Friday is the best day. But again, like I said, New Orleans Fan Expo, definitely go if you can go. If you want to experience the city and go to a good convention as well. That's just my opinion. So, what
Yeah.
what conventions you got coming up? Besides that, I mean, besides
So
anything, besides like I should say, what is it, Heroes Con?
yeah. So coming up, I mean, there's actually a few things in between now and Heroes for me. So there's for local shows, there is Wicked Comic Con, which is in April, April 19th, and they actually are doing it for free, like they just free admission. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. And then there is Heroes. Actually, before that too, there's was it the 3 minute basement comic swap, which that's more of just a hangout. Like you don't even have to go there and they don't really have artists there. They do have a couple that'll come like smaller time people that um are more in with the community that might sell stuff. But it's basically like just a way to kind of hang out with the community and buy and sell and everything like that. And then there's Heroes, and then following that is Terrificon. And then after that, there's I think Rhode Island Comic Con, which I've heard that the only like really enticing thing for me is that Sting is going to be there, and I'm like, oh, that'd be
Oh,
kind
that'd
of
be
cool.
cool. That'd
But
be kind of cool.
I really don't know if I want to go all the way. I don't know how much he's charging for an autograph or nothing like that. And it's just like,
Well,
so it's
that'd be
just like
something
that.
to look up, or I'm pretty sure somebody we know might know how much he. charges. So
Yeah, it's just
uh,
for me, for me, I just I don't know. I'm trying to think of you know, whether I like. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, Sting is older, so yeah, it might be one of those things where, yeah, I'll get him next year, and then unfortunately, maybe he's not around anymore. You never know.
yeah.
But I mean, to be honest, though, it's just like I'd probably skip that just because of the fact that I know, that I have just things that I want to do this year
Mhm.
with the others that that and then a couple of things that I want to do for myself. So I might not do that. I might not do
Mhm.
Rhode Island, and just because Rhode Island is not bad. It's just it's a lot of it really is just kind of a not out of the way, but it's not like really focused on comics so much. It's more like about celebrities and stuff. So I get different
Oh, okay.
people, but and then it's just like so it's I don't know. It's kind of I'm kind of up in the air on that, but
Well,
Wicked.
that's one that you probably could just look up, and then if you find out Sting's like under $50, you'd be like, I guess I'll go.
Oh no, he won't be. He won't be. He won't be under $50.
I
But I
mean,
mean,
honestly, what I paid because I paid Andy Circus was under 100. This is Andy Circus.
yeah.
Uh, this is guy who played what is he? He was Smeagol. He was Claw,
Hmm.
and he was something. He was something. Oh, he
Caesar
was
and
Caesar. Like
yeah,
all in a time frame. He like it was like a 3 year time frame, but he was like basically the co-star in all these movies, and he was only. And then he's directing now, and he's still doing his acting and stuff. So it's like
yeah. I mean, he was also in
he was
Kong.
$80. He was I think he was $80. I want to say, or it might have
Yeah,
been 100, but yeah. So it was a lot of I was surprised by that. So he was less than Ashley Eckstein. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I when it comes to, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I feel like Sting's gonna probably demand a little bit of a little
Hmm.
bit more of a premium there, just because I remember when I met Christina Ricci at Rhode Island, and when I got absolutely just destroyed monetarily by getting stuff signed and everything. Like she wasn't even the most expensive one. The most expensive one was actually Katie Segal. Katie Segal was very expensive. She wanted $150 to sign whatever you wanted to get her to sign. I was just like, that's crazy. I was like, she's you should but the thing is, it's just like you never know with that type of stuff. So and it says like later on in the year, I may not do it, but I do
Yeah.
know that Wicked, just because it's free, I'll go just to check it out. It's a one
Mhm.
day show. It's just quick free thing. So I'll probably go and check that out and see what's going on. And then the swap I may or may not do. It depends on what's going on. But then next thing after that is Heroes, and Heroes I am very excited to go to. I'm just kind of you know looking forward to mostly.
I think me,
Um,
you, and Big Lion Cat are in the same hotel.
oh yeah.
I think he just said because you're at the Hilton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He said he booked the Hilton, so I was like, oh, all
Yeah. No,
right.
like I did all that. I did all that as quickly as possible. So like
Yeah,
I booked all.
I think I did it right. I don't know if it was I was same time. I mean, no, you did yours first, I think, and I did mine like
Mhm.
literally right after.
I did it because I
Uh,
was nervous. I was like, I want to make sure I get
yeah.
everything done, and then so I did, and I was like, all right, perfect. Same with Terrificon. I was just like, because I know the rooms fill up quick, so I was just like, all right, like as soon as the tickets went on sale, I was like, you can also buy the hotels. It's like, buy, 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 buy. So that's what I did, and then
Hmm.
I was like, all right, perfect. So I got
I
my
didn't buy
hotel.
my tickets yet, which I'm like
Oh, I did
probably
that a
gonna.
long time.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do this weekend. I didn't
Yeah.
do it. I didn't do it yet. But what's up, Kenneth? How you
Yep.
doing? But yeah,
I got the
I'm
VIP.
yeah, I'm. It's still available, so I'm definitely gonna take care of it this weekend because
Oh
I
yeah,
get
do that.
paid.
Oh, and I forgot to
Uh,
the Little Giant Comic Con is also Little Giant show is actually happening as well. That's like I think the week before the other one. And so
mhm.
the only thing that would entice me really to go there is that like I'm very friendly with the owner of the shop and also the guy that runs the convention. And he was just like, oh, like we're gonna have a lot of good people up and this and that. So it's one of those things where you can find really good books there, and he's got all
Well,
kinds of people, like Reese's Red
he,
Comics and Holly Yee and all these
speaking
crazy
of
ones.
like a good convention,
Hmm.
um, and I'm not. This is not like really a promotion. I'm not. I use them a lot, but it's not like a. It's a sponsorship. But if I was able to go to Elite Comics 11's first convention, because they have one, I think it's March 8th and 9th, uh, and they're striving to basically say they're saying. Let me see if I think I have the card right here. It's yeah, it says fair prices, which and it says prices are going to be based on recent sales data, and he's going to be
That's
walking around and making sure of that, which is, and if somebody's off, he's probably not going to invite. They're probably not going to be invited to the next one. I know
mm.
how Ali is and how he is. They also offering free parking in New York, which is
Oh, nice.
crazy. Free
Yeah.
parking at I think it's St. John's University, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. So they're gonna have free parking. They give you directions how to get there on the subway, train, all kind of car, different ways to get there. So and the tickets are only $11 if you pre-order early, which is
Yeah.
crazy. $11 and $20 at the door, which is still like say like you're like, oh man, I can go, like you live in that area. And then $20 is not gonna kill you either at that price. But
Yeah.
I wish I can go out there. It's March 8th to the 9th. Just
Yeah.
because I know, Oh, it's also going to be sensory inclusive. So they have Culture City dealing with sensory needs, people who have sensory problems. So it's going to be that as well. First, I think the first convention that's going to be approved to be a sensory inclusive convention, which is that's crazy as well. So, and this is actually like people talk about like like was it what you saw Little Giant and was it Little Giant Heroes, these ones that are like comic centric. This is basically, I would say,
Yeah.
99%, 100% comics. And because the only reason I say 99% because they invited Vincent D'Onofrio to be there, so he's going to be there and
Mm.
signing autographs and probably taking pictures and stuff like that. And I forgot there's
Yeah.
like they're gonna be like one of the Mandalorians are gonna be there from as well. So it's not like a whole bunch of celebrities. It's like literally like
Yeah. It's
three.
just more
It's like
mostly
it's like
items.
three. It's like three, and that's only
Well,
three that have been affiliated with his Instagram that done stuff with his Instagram.
yeah. I also forgot to mention King Kong too, which I think is happening in May. No, not May. That's happening, I think, also in March.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they, I want to say, I gotta look it up because I see the advertisements. I know I can't go, but I
Yeah.
see the advertisements all the time, and I want to say that that show, if I'm not mistaken, the cost of the show is gonna be, I think, $5. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that much. But let's see. Let's take a look. So I can look it up right now because that's what the internet's for. So it's March 22nd. Um, General admission is $5. There's no
Wow.
yeah. There's no VIP or anything like that. And so the artists that they have that are gonna be there is Bob McLeod, V Ken Marion, David Sanchez, and Adriana Mello. So pretty good artist lineup that they have, for a smaller show, very comic centric, and they're giving away as a door prize. So just for going to the show, you have a chance to get yourself a Giant Size X-Men CGC 3.0. So that's I mean, if you live in the New York, New Jersey area, because it's going to be in Iceland, New Jersey, which I'm not sure how close to New York it is, but I know that the last show I went to down there, I ended up meeting Journey down there. So
Mm-hmm.
it can't be that far out, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, you have, I mean, just for coming in, the raffle is a giant size X-Men, a 3.0. It's just like, so, I mean, and you're gonna have all kinds. It's mostly community centric as well. Like you're gonna have 300 Men in the Basement, Very Gary, the Pressable Defects, who else is there? Pope of Chilitown. Just a lot of different people that all go down there, and like,
Mm-hmm.
all like just New York Warriors are selling down there. Erod was down there selling stuff, so it was like a lot of good stuff, and you can just, I mean, it's just one of those things where you're in a room with so much
And
going on.
that's literally was it uh that's a month from now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
It's
month.
just
That's why I kind of said. That's why I kind of said it's con season because,
yeah, yeah.
after MegaCon. Well, I shouldn't say after MegaCon because MegaCon moves more than a card. Well, how to say this? MegaCon moves more than a person playing dodgeball. It's all over the place. Because
Yeah,
next year I think they're in March. Somebody sent me something and they were like, it was in March. I said, dude, that's crazy. I said, you can't be. I said, MegaCon's been horrible for that for the last 4 years, and next year will be 5 years. Is that
they keep
you
moving the
can't you
date.
can't be focused on a date. You know what I mean? It's like in New
Yeah,
Orleans Fan Expo, I could tell you it's either the first. It's probably first or second weekend of January. That's
yeah,
always New Orleans Fan Expo. Heroes Con, it's for the I don't know how long it's always been Father's Day weekend, and they finally moved it for this time, which is awesome.
yeah.
So I don't know, but that's still like within 2 weeks. MegaCon, you can't really plan it out. Oh, I'll be back next year, February, and you're like, no, well, next year we're gonna be in the middle of March, and you're like,
It just depends. It depends on how early they let you know that they're switching the date. 'Cause if they tell you that, then you can kind of
well, they tell you the
if you
date
want
at the first day of the convention.
yeah. So as long as they tell you that, like that should be fine. It's just but I can see how that gets to be kind of weird, where it's just like, all right, I mean, if you're really planning on going, it's just like you're just gonna kind of look at it like because that's the way I look at a few things. Like I know that for myself, I'm starting to do more where it's just like I want to travel to more conventions I've never been to.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time. I think next year I may just do my local stuff and then hang back. If anything, outside of where I live, I might do Baltimore, but it depends on what happens. It depends on how it all falls. Just
Mm-hmm.
because I'd like to see those shows and see what goes on. But it's just one of those things where it's just like like I'm just kind of pacing it out. So it's like, all right, so definitely doing this year, and then next year we'll see what happens. And if I can't get up to anything other than Terrificon and the stuff around my area, then maybe 2027 is like, all right, I'm gonna do Baltimore, and then just see
Yeah.
how it all kind of shakes out. And I don't know about doing too many things out west, as far as like like I'll never do a San Diego. I just don't have the just desire to go. I mean, I definitely want to see California. I know San Diego is supposed to be gorgeous, which is awesome. I just don't know if I want to go to a convention that's that big because I know that like the lines are just ridiculous, and I don't feel like spending 17 hours in line just to see some like one. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you've been in line for
Oh,
six
I know.
hours. Like,
Yeah.
the show's gonna end in about 15 minutes. How many people did you see today? Just the one. I just got an autograph from Tom McFarlane, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to go and wait to try to see if I can find somebody tomorrow.
I agree with you on that one. I don't think I'd probably any West Coast shows. The closest West I'll go to Dallas is Dallas,
Yeah.
um, which is Dallas is getting bigger and bigger and really good. They kind of released their first like wave of comic people
Hmm.
today, uh, and they got some good artists again. So it's that's probably the furthest I'm gonna go is Dallas. I'm like you next year. Next year probably gonna be just Dallas, New Orleans, and anything else local. But you don't have
Yeah.
much local. Which
Yeah.
like literally like New Orleans is the closest thing, and the next thing is like an hour away, and that usually
Hmm.
always falls on my daughter's birthday weekend, so I never go to that.
Yeah.
Um, it just depends on but for next year because we're doing a big vacation next year, so that's why I'm like, yeah, it's probably only be New Orleans and Dallas next year, but like you said, 2027. I'm probably gonna do. I might try to do Elite Comics 11 convention, depending on where it's at and the dates. And I
Yeah.
can see if my wife can come and if I, because this is on a weekend, my daughter should be able to come. Um, but I'll see how that falls. But I definitely want to go to Elite's convention, but I probably won't go to till the third one. And
Yeah.
um, and I don't know what else I would like to go to in 2027, but that'll probably be one that I would
Yeah.
like to go to just because I know it's going to be comic centric and
Hmm.
it'll be like Heroes, but probably even better with pricing. Honestly,
Yeah.
pricing is
I
probably
know
gonna
a
be
lot.
better than Heroes. So
like a lot of people will be like, oh, so you don't go to New York Comic Con? Like I just my big thing that holds me up from New York is number one is a huge convention, which is fine. Like, that doesn't. I mean, it's big, and I don't know if it'll be too big or overwhelming for me. But the thing is that, like, I mean, because I'm not one that's like, I don't get nervous about crowds or anything like that. I just don't really
Mm,
like have the patience to sit in lines for like hours and hours and hours. Like I'm not doing that. But I do know, the thing that kind of holds me back from going to that one is, the hotel prices. So I'm sure the hotel prices, and I mean, for a New York Comic Con, are going to be ridiculous. And it's just like, I don't really want to pay a fortune to stay in New York. That's just me.
yeah, that's the one thing I kind of lucky with. That's why I said hopefully 2027 I can go to the elite one, but that's only if my wife is able to go. Because if she's not able to go, I won't be going. But I'm gonna try to do a different convention that I probably haven't attended on the East Coast side. 2027. It all depends on her and my daughter as well. Summertime is so much easier for conventions, so I have to see. But yeah, I'm excited about Dallas, and then the Heroes right after that. So that's my thoughts on that. Um, also want to tell people I do have, like I said, I will have a modern unboxing. I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So just be on the lookout for that. I was supposed to do a sale on Instagram. So if you're watching this, and you're like, "Yeah, man, I thought you were doing a sale on Instagram." My daughter had soccer practice. I'm tired, so I didn't do it. But I did sell two of the books because somebody inquired about them. So the ESM 50 and the Green Lantern 59 is gone. They're actually going to be shipped out Friday. Yeah, Friday. I already packed up, but we shipped out Friday because of work. But yeah, um, yeah, man. So, but well, I know I'll be trying to do a pop up sale, like I said, on Instagram. I do have my short box sale coming up at the 16th, I believe. It's that Monday. Probably going to add some more items to it. So just check out short box if you want to see some very nice high, ratios. They're going to be, they're I want to say they're like 15 to probably 30 or $40 ratios that can be selling at $4. Um, and I'll try to do a pop up sale on YouTube. I think me and Bleak might try to do something, so just stay tuned for that. I just wanted to make that announcement before I forget with all the stuff that's going on. And I do still have the giveaway. Let people know I still do have the giveaway going on. I have the super chat giveaway going on, and I have a big channel membership giveaway going on. Really big, humongous channel membership giveaway with Nova One and Spider Woman first appearance all in there, which I can show those off really quickly while Chris stepped away. So these are the books that are going for the channel membership giveaway. I think all of them but one book is kind of like a key. So somebody who's a member of the channel will win this book, these books, I should say, at the end of the month. End of the month will be the last time, So you still can enter, before the end of the month. But I'll do a giveaway. I think like in the beginning of March, beginning of March, and then we'll start the next 3 months. Will be start the giveaway for the next 3 months. So that's a really a lot of books. A lot of books. I think it's like 8 books. I was gonna try to do another one, but I think I'm topped out. Topped out. Um, Also, just before I forget, the Hunt changed their time frame. They're going to be actually going to do it this Saturday. So there'll be Saturday nights every 2 weeks, starting this Saturday. Um, what else? And I think I might pop on with Sands if he's doing an auction Friday night. So just be on the lookout for that. Like I really have some really good deals and some almost like whale type books. So really good deal books and whale type books gonna be mixed in there. So that's what's going on and everything I can think of. But yeah, man. To let everybody know, uh, very excited to meet everybody in Heroes Con. People I've chatted with online or through Instagram. Um, hopefully, that's cool meeting everybody. Um, but I think that's all I got, man. That's all I got on my end. I don't know what else. I was just rambling, talking about all giveaways and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, no,
and
like I still haven't entered that. I kind of want to, but I can't. You know, it is what it is. Like if I do, I do. And if I win, it's not my fault. I just decided to enter. Like you have proof here that I entered last
hey,
second. And if
hey,
I get the luck to do it, that's on me.
and look, I could say this.
I only want one book, to
You
be
can do
honest.
this, and other people can do this because they got other people who like want one or two books. If you want to enter and you just want to win that one book, and that's all you want, that's up to you.
Well, I mean, I'll take everything. I'm not gonna sit there and be like,
You could be a good
but
Samaritan
honestly,
and donate the rest of the
oh,
next giveaway.
I could. I mean, I could do lots of things, but I know that you know when it comes to well, like I will be honest. I did do something like that with the I don't even remember with one of the contests, but whichever one had the Jubilee in it. I remember at Terrificon, they were doing something like Auto and 3 Men in a Basement, and them were doing something to honor TiVo, and so they're just like you know like if you got any books that you don't really you know that you wouldn't mind donating and this and that, and I was like okay, so I grabbed a few of the books that you had given me and donated them to that, and he's like you should, and like, he looked at me and he's like are you sure? I'm like yeah I'm sure like you know if this is for Tim I'm doing it, yeah, like here take these. I was just like and you know whatever you get to bring up for charity to help out. 'Cause I think it was to help out his wife. And I was like whatever you get for it like you know please do what you got to do. So
Well, I think it was.
that's just
I think
last
it
time.
was even. And nothing against this. They weren't married. I think it was just like his life partner, if you want to say
Yeah,
like that. She
yeah,
was, which is which is okay. But when you're dealing with when stuff like this happens, it it, it sucks because like they will like well not wills, but if you don't have a will in place, your estate won't go to that person just because you've been with that person 20, 30 years. It'll
yeah,
still go like to the parents or maybe the brother or like whoever it is. Like so it's going to go to somebody else that's his family.
yeah.
And
So
not saying
I'm not
that so it kind of
I'm not
sucks.
sure the specifics. I just know that they were just doing
Yeah,
that, and I was like, yeah, no, I have no problem with that. Like,
yeah,
if it's honoring Tim's memory, like here you go. Like, and so they were
yeah.
able
So
to go ahead
so that was great that they did that because
yeah,
it just it's just it's nothing against people who live that way, but like, dang, when stuff like that happens, you really don't think about it, and then when it happens, you can't think about it because you're not here, and it just affects the other person in ways that you really don't want to happen, but just
yeah,
because you don't have that marriage certificate, uh, that's what happens, and it's like
yeah,
that sucks big time because like they could even have insurance, but if they don't have you down as the primary insurance person, it's going to go to the next of kin.
yeah.
So that's the, it's just, I don't
So
want to
so
talk
so
about it, but it's kind of like yeah.
let me clear that up a little bit as far as like you know entering the contest. So there's one book that I really really want that I know off the top just seeing it, but there's a bunch of other books I don't have that I would like to get. So I'm like, you know what? I'll take those two. So that's kind of like my mentality on it. Yeah, that's the one that I really want. And then there's a bunch of other ones that I just don't have. So like, yeah, I'll take those. So I have no problem with that. I you know, as far as that's concerned, you know, like I don't really enter a lot of things, but I was just like, yeah,
You really don't. I don't as
no,
well. I don't as well. That's why I was kind of like I've been entering in some of Big Lion Cat stuff, and it's only because only stuff that I really want. Like he did the
the
calendar.
calendar.
When I saw this, and I saw
Hmm.
he had multiples, I was like, oh yeah, this would be cool. I don't even have a desk to put this on. I wish I
Yeah,
had a desk to put it on, but I'm at to figure out how this to just show it off. But the good thing about it, I think, it does have the year on it as well, but it's so small that you almost can like use it. You almost can use it without the year because the year's
yeah,
tiny. You just
yeah,
have to you just have to don't realize the year and just like start it off. However,
yeah,
you could use it. I can say it like this: you could use it without being a year because it's not a big calendar, But but yeah,
Yeah.
I answered that just because I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I like those I like those calendars. There's one that
yeah.
I used to get called actually I remember I got it before COVID. That year it's called the Argyle sweater, and it's hilarious. It's like all these little like just kind of um little small like one page comics about like just random things, and so like they're just there to make you laugh, and there's little fun facts on the back and games and stuff like that. So I usually I would end up getting that, but I do like the Marvel one too. But yeah, no, I don't really enter a lot of things, and when I do, I just kind of just kind of keep everything just kind of simple. So so I haven't entered yet. I probably will. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know when the cutoff is for it and everything. So
Um, the end of February, so February
oh yeah,
28th. Yeah, February
yeah.
28th. It's like
So the way I
still
see it, it's,
basically got you almost got you got like 17 days. So
yeah, and that's fine. I just jump in and make all right. Now I'm in, and if I get the stuff, I get the stuff. If I don't get the stuff, well, whatever. But
honestly, the smartest way to enter would be this month because it doesn't matter what day this month. The smartest way to enter would be this month because how the channel memberships work, I believe it's like it's a monthly. So if you
hmm
enter any day this month and say you cancel it, you still enter into the next one because it doesn't expire until I believe that's how it works. I could be wrong.
yeah,
I could be wrong. Somebody could correct, but because I don't know how it works. I think unless it just March 1st is when it calculates everybody, not on the initial day, which I'm probably thinking wrong. It probably is like the first of every month, uh, automatically. But who knows? But yeah, you still have
that's
time.
the way I
People
see
still
it.
have time.
So
People still have time to enter in, and then
yeah, so
I'll work on the next giveaway, and that'll be March, April, maybe end of May. So it'll be three
yeah.
months for that.
Well, that's fun for me. I'm like, so I'll enter into that, and fingers crossed. Maybe I win. Maybe I don't. Who knows? And if I do, I will be extremely happy because I didn't win it. I entered Splashes contest. I didn't win nothing. Not even close. I
Man,
just
I entered in and I didn't win either, and I was entered into the art one. I think I don't even know if he did the drawing for that one,
I don't think
but I
you
know
did
I
the
didn't.
drawing.
But I know I didn't win any of the other giveaway. And it was so funny is I think me and you were like one of the first postcards.
No,
Oh
I
man!
was late. I was late with
Oh,
mine. I think
no, you were late. You were late. No, who was? I think it was
yeah.
somebody else. I don't
I'm
know,
not
but
sure.
I sent. It's so
I was
funny.
late with mine.
It's so funny is I sent him a postcard. I think and then he did the video about postcards. So mine was like sent before anybody
Yeah.
because I was sending one anyway. But then I think I waited a day because this video said you can do a drawing like to
Yeah.
draw, and so I added that. So that's how that worked. I ended up working.
I
So
was kind of protesting it. So I was like, this is way too much shit just to enter a contest, and I still feel that way. Just so much like what's this and what's that and oh watch like 19 videos and then I'll randomly throw clue. I was like, dude, this is ridiculous.
they had a lot of people entered them, so, which
Of
was
course he
surprising.
did. Are you
Oh,
serious? This guy has like multiple X-Men ones, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna catch some crazy thing." I'm like, "Yeah, right." And then, I'd be surprised. And this is not any sort of knock on Splash. Like, Splash is one of my good friends, so I like Splash a lot. But I have a feeling that if he goes ahead and tries to do something like that again, which I'm sure he will, and tries to get people to jump through all those hoops again, the people that didn't win are not going to do all that shit again. I tried telling them that. I was like, dude, like nobody's going to sit there and go through all these hoops, watch all these videos, do all this stuff, then enter and get nothing. And then I'm having another contest and like, yeah, I'm not watching all these videos and doing all this crap all over again. That's ridiculous. So that's the way I look at it. I don't think there's anything bad about it. I just think that like, when every other contest that basically exists within, this whole thing is basically, all right, you know, leave a comment or follow this one or that one or do the it's just like very simple things and then you're in like it's like all that extra stuff is just like that but like I get it like for him it's harder to do the whole like leave a comment and go because then he's gonna go back and look and everything else and it's not gonna work
The
So that yeah,
easiest thing is the hashtag thing I've seen. But shout out to Mr. Collector. He was selling a lot of books. He's trying to he's getting more and more into art. I just saw this
good luck with
posted by
that.
Joe. I just saw this posted by Joe Rubenstein in a group that I'm in uh, on Facebook, and he says he's doing 3x5 remarks directly on a comic now. So what do you think of this? This is crazy. Let me see.
Yeah, so I've seen stuff like that.
That's huge, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's
if
nice.
that's
I
what
ain't
you
gonna lie.
want.
It's really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, but I don't know
It's
if I'd.
really
I mean,
nice.
a
But
book like that though, I don't know if I'd want that on something like that. If I do like, can you pick a different book and not do something so
I
crazy
mean,
like
I
that?
like the smaller remarks that kind of were like into the book. I've seen that because Yahweh has one, but
Yeah,
this is actually my first time seeing this. This
yeah,
now maybe a low grade copy. If I had a low grade copy or even a mid grade copy, nothing.
yeah.
I
I
would
could
say
see that.
nothing in the nines. Like I would probably do that just for fun, especially because I think his Miss Collect said that's wild. It's pretty wild. It's pretty
No,
big.
it's not. That's just like to me. That's just crazy. Like, I wouldn't be mad at him, but I would be like, dude, no, like don't do that. Like I actually, so and I know when
I
I
mean,
get
I
my
would
sketch.
actually get a blank. I would say if I could get a blank and to get him to do that on a blank.
Yeah, no. That I would say, okay, if you want to do something like that and do like a jam piece, perfectly fine, like do it. But like I actually got him, so I got him to do this for me in 2022. It's the Wolverine #1 limited series thing with Hobgoblin instead of Wolverine. I was just like, yeah, I'll take that all day. I was
Hmm.
just like, but that other thing and this actually honestly wasn't even that much money. It was $150. I was just like, okay,
That's
and
why.
he
That's
was
why when
like,
I saw it, I said, "Man, I would actually get him to do something with my sketchbook for that price." I was like, "Yeah, I'd give
yeah,
it to."
but I mean, if he's only doing on comics though, I mean, will he do sketchbooks? That's you'd have to ask him that because I think he doesn't like doing sketchbooks because he told me something like that. Like, yeah, like then I gotta make sure that like I get back in contact with you. I can't lose it, and I don't want anything like. So I think he doesn't like doing sketchbook stuff. I think he's more or less like you give me a comic, and then you can come back
But
to
I
my
mean,
table.
if
I
if,
won't
if
cheat
he's
on you.
doing something
But
like
if it's a
that, he does
sketchbook,
those pretty quick. He does those pretty quick. And guess what? You ain't got to worry about getting in contact with me. I'm giving it to you Friday. I'm coming back Friday, but by your table before you leave, and say, "Hey, did you
yeah,
finish?"
I just remember asking him that back then, and he seemed like he didn't like that idea. So I mean, he might have changed his mind. That was a couple of years ago, but I don't think he's a big fan of doing that type of stuff. He must have had a bad experience or something, and somebody got mad at him or something. I don't know, but I just look at it where it's just like I like um that on a specific comic. I mean, depending. I mean, if you like that, go for it. But I just think that on a blank it would be cool. Like I think on a blank that would be awesome. I
Well, I,
just
I would if he didn't want to do the sketch, then I would do a blank. You know what I mean? I would
yeah.
do a
Well, I
blank.
mean, yeah. I would just go to him with both options. And be like, all right, which would you like? Because I would love to have you just draw something in my sketchbook, and even if it's like if you get a 3.3 by 5 on a sketchbook, then you can have other people kind of draw around it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't bother me. I think that's not bad. But to each his own. I know
Shout
that
out, shout out to the one little wrestling shout out. Shout out to Haku, turned
ah,
66 today.
yeah, Haku, King Tonga, and Ming
Yes. So
Tonga
Haku's
Decker.
Haku's birthday's today, 66.
Yeah, Haku. Suppose I mean according to the story, he's the toughest out of all of them. He's the one guy that everybody's afraid of. Like he just
Oh
sit there and
yeah.
just beat up everybody. But him and the barbarian, I guess, are just like ruthlessly vicious people. But you know, they hot to gold until you make them angry. And then when you make them angry, it's just like I think like, the story I heard about Barbarian is like somebody made him mad in a bar or something like that, and so he started tearing it up, and the cops hit him with tear gas, and like he just just snipped it all, and he was like yeah, like and they were just like oh my god, and like I guess like he the cop tried to hit him and beat him up, and he like threw the cops out of it, like he like threw them out of the bar, and then just walked out. So he's just kind of a Barbarian was no joke back in his day. I don't know. I mean, he's probably still no joke now, but um, as far as me, I don't really have much going. I don't really much that that I have going on as far as comics. Like I did go to the Clam City Comic Con a
Mhm.
couple, like it was like I think last week, and that was fun. And then I went and I was it no, actually not last week. It was 2 weeks ago. And then last week I went up to a shop that went to for the comic crawl, the 3 minute in the basement comic crawl, and people got a bunch of really good stuff there. But I just just been kind of kicking around. I did watch the first, so they put the first 3 episodes of Invincible up last week. I watched that. That was good. I enjoyed that.
I didn't
And
even know how
then
many episodes it was, but I did watch 3 episodes and it was good.
yeah, yeah, no, it was three. They put up 3, and then what else? Cobra Kai is on Thursday. Cobra Kai comes back, and then right? No,
When
yeah,
they dropping the
Thursday.
other when are they dropping the other episodes of Invincible? Because I thought they said they were dropping them all at once. And then look,
No, no,
and
they never do that. They only do they only do like usually it's like the first 2, but they did the first 3. So I think if I'm not mistaken, eh, I would assume that it would end up either being Thursday, either tomorrow or Thursday would be the next one, and then Thursdays also.
if you look at Amazon, they actually have like 8 on there, but you only can watch the first 3.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like so it's just like they're not gonna go past that. So I think that tomorrow is when the next one, either tomorrow or Thursday, and then Thursday is when Cobra Kai comes out, and then I think it's either Friday or Saturday is Captain America. So
Thursday is Captain America.
yeah, Thursday.
It's always that Thursday
Yeah, yeah.
night.
So Captain America comes out, and
I'm gonna see it.
yeah,
I don't even know when I'm gonna see it. I'll see if my wife and stuff they want to see it this weekend. But
yeah,
if not, I'll wait to go see it by myself on Thursday of next week.
yeah.
Of next week.
I mean,
That's
I could
yeah.
see it. I
So,
might see it this weekend. I don't know, just because I mean, I don't really have much else going on, so I might go see it this weekend just because I can. I do know that you know, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see like Harrison Ford, as the Red Hulk and everything, because I think that'd be cool. And then Thunderbolts is what in May, so got a couple months to wait for that. And I'm sure there's gonna be stuff that's in the Captain America is gonna help set parts of that movie up too. So should be fun.
they already said they're talking about anti how you say it antium. Can't even never
Adamantium,
say
yeah,
that.
yeah, they said that in the
Antium.
trailer. Yeah, so because I remember saying that like actually it was funny because somebody was selling that book on a whatnot sale, and they were just like, oh, like the first mention of adamantium. I was like, didn't you see the trailer? I was like, they mentioned it. It's officially in the MCU, so adamantium is in the MCU, which means at some point you're gonna have just people that have adamantium. So potentially Sabretooth, potentially Wolverine. Who knows? So there's gonna be a bunch of people that have adamantium now, or that they're going to use
Yeah,
adamantium.
and then they kind and they said in the trailer is stronger and than vibranium.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you'll have things that are going to be, in there that's going to be fun to see, like what goes on next. So that book, I think it's Avengers. If I had to guess, it's 53. I know it's Giant Man is coming out of, he's coming out of the stairway, and he's big and he's grabbing a stairway. So you see that he's kind of looking through a door and then putting his hand up to reach up. So that's the first adamantium in that book, and I haven't checked it, but I'm sure that book now, if it was let's say $30 book, is now at least $100 book because everybody knows that like, oh, adamantium's here. So
Yeah, so you probably like you said you're gonna see that play on more in the MCU. Um, I guess that would give heat. That would give heat off of Wakanda for the vibranium, which is I guess good for them.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, and I think they're gonna also they're going to have to make it known whether or not, like, is it abundant, is it not abundant, is it like, is it limited, like how do you get to it, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
It's probably it's gonna be limited, just like vibranium.
yeah.
You know,
So, so I mean, I look forward to that because I think that's gonna be fun to see, and then just kind of curious like how they're gonna go about that because I know that I think that really what's gonna be the big I guess like moment for everything is gonna be Fantastic Four and how they handle that, just because that's a different that's kind of like a different
it's a
universe, and
different
so
timeline and
yeah, and so
different.
they're
Yeah.
gonna bring other things in, but then and I'm sure like Secret Wars and everything, and they're gonna do the incursions where universes collapse and die and everything, and then it'll be like just one solid, and you're gonna have characters from either universes that die that stick in here, and then like that's gonna be like, so whoever comes in from another place is going to be the actual of that universe. So there won't be like, so the MCU timeline, I guess, if Hugh Jackman comes over and he's there, then like, all right, so then this is his universe, this is where he lives, and that's going to be a Wolverine. Or if there's a different Wolverine, even though it's somebody that like it doesn't look like Hugh Jackman, but like,
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know what the, oh my God, they need a new Wolverine. They need a
well, I
new,
mean,
I love
yeah.
Hugh Jackman, but God, man, 60 years old.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, of course. I mean, and that's what's gonna happen. Is it'll probably be a different person that'll be Wolverine, and it'll just be like you're gonna have to have that, and so I would expect to see in Secret Wars a lot of characters that were in different franchises. The Fox universe, this one, that one, that maybe did cross over and did kind of like let's just say like if Blade, I mean, I assume that Blade and Elektra and Johnny Storm and everything. I assume they all died because I assume Goliath ate them all or whatever, and they didn't make it over. So, but if they did, then Secret Wars is where they're gonna die. Like anybody who's held over from another universe, except for Deadpool, I think everybody else is gonna die. Like that. That's been in a franchise. So any cameos you see here, like I think they'll all get killed in those movies, or sacrifice themselves in some way, shape, or form, and then you know when everything solidifies again, you'll have a different group of people. But I think that Fantastic Four will be the Fantastic Four that you'll have going forward, just because they're all newer characters as far as that's concerned. So I don't think they would kill them off specifically and then give you a whole new cast of Fantastic Four. But
they're gonna bring that Fantastic Four into the MCU because if you look at that
yeah,
trailer, somebody pointed out. Um, Mr. Fantastic Reed is actually working on an equation on the
yeah, on the
chalkboard,
chalkboard.
and you see
Yeah,
though where it's like two different universes.
yeah,
Uh, so
yeah,
yeah, so they're gonna bring them in. Um, uh, who knows after that effect, but I think
yeah.
bringing them in will because we're getting Galactus in FF, but I guess I don't think it's gonna be the same Galactus that's in
No, the
the
one that's gonna
regular.
come in Secret Wars is gonna be the real one. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then I think too, the other thing is gonna be that you're gonna get maybe, so instead of the Council of Kangs like you were going to have, unless they recast him or whatever like that, I think you're gonna have the Council of Reeds, which did happen, and I think that you're gonna end up having the Maker be one of the main bad guys that kind of gets this thing going. So it's going to be like you're going to have I think a few big bads in those movies. The Maker will
Mhm.
be one of them. Galactus will be another. Doom will be another. And then you're also going to have to deal with, potentially if they do recast him or if they do bring back Jonathan Majors, you're going to have to deal with Kang in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and
So,
it looks like in the rumors talking about they're thinking about bringing them back, which uh
yeah.
which I'm okay with.
Oh, I am too. I just think that, I think that they were hasty in what they did, but, it just, I mean, if and that's if he even wants to come back. Because I'd be honest with you, I could see him also being like Johnny Depp, like, no, you guys kind of, just kicked me to the curb without really giving me much of a chance. So I really don't need to come back. But then again, it's just like, who knows? Because I mean, like I'd like to see him come back. I think he did a good job as Kang. I know a lot of other people disagree with me, but I think he did a good job as Kang. I think that there was a lot of meat left on that bone, and people just got kind of annoyed that like Ant-Man didn't quite live up to what they wanted it to be. I liked Ant-Man, the Quantum Mania. Like I didn't see a problem with it, but a lot of casual people. I'm noticing that a lot of casual people don't like my friends that don't do comics. Like they get upset with just everything as it is, just because they don't understand it, and they never really read it. So it's like for them, it just bugs them, and they can't put two and two together, and they're just like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. Like how come? Why is this like this? And how come? And you explain it to them, and they just don't want to hear it. They just think that's stupid. I don't like it. And that's the problem that you have with that. Whereas it's like, well, I love this stuff because I read them, so I understand all this type of stuff. And then for them, they're like, yeah, I don't like it. And that's the one thing that I've said for a while. It's just like instead of bashing movies that you don't like and saying, oh, this thing sucks and that thing sucks. It's just like you know hopefully thing like for the DC universe, like hopefully things that turn around there. I hope that the new Superman does well, because I even though you know like the MCU has always been better than the DC universe. Like if you have a strong DC universe, then these movies are gonna keep going, and then that'd be great, because it's just like you need that. You need to have the strength in those kind of movies for them to keep making them. Because if not, like they're always looking to make new stuff. Like you see with the monsters, like that all the Universal monsters are getting new stuff. Like they keep doing, like the Wolfman has a movie now, Nosferatu. Like they're trying to get other things in there, and it's just like so it's just like you always want to make sure that if you're the top genre, that you have stuff that's good, because if you don't, then people are gonna get, and I get it, people get fatigued and they need some time. Even if you want to take a break for a couple of years, or just put out less stuff, but just put out less stuff but high quality, perfectly fine, do it. Just the way I see it is that there's we're just in a really good time if you like these type of movies. Like they just look like right. I would say for the past, I don't know what, like 15 years or so, collectively, like we've been pretty spoiled as comic fans for movies and stuff like that, movie and content. And the thing that I would say too, I mean, even non-comic book movies, but the stuff that kind of fits within that genre, like like you have the new Jurassic Park movie that's coming out, that's actually going to be rated R. I thought I saw that it's rated R, and it's like a horror movie. I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna put that spin on it? Oh, I like it. I like it a lot, just because it looks cool. Like it looks like it's gonna be a
Yeah,
fun
they
time.
have to do something new with it. They have to do something new with it. But there's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff. This year is going to be a really good year for movies
I think so too. I think so too.
overall, and
I still have to see
this
Nosferatu.
I probably got to see that on streaming.
Mm.
I saw Love Hurts.
I haven't seen
Uh,
that. That's
I,
the kid from the kid that's from the Goonies.
is it Goonies and Indiana Jones? I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It looks
yeah.
cool.
It was how to say it. It reminded me of like one of those action films that it wasn't great, but I enjoyed myself. Say it like that.
Yeah,
I enjoyed because it was basically like a karate action shooting and stuff like that. So that kept me into it.
yeah, kind of like a John Wick.
The story was okay, but
Yeah.
but John Wick's story exceeds this.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
This is just a little popcorn movie. I'll just be honest. It's just
yeah.
a little
That's
popcorn
fine.
movie, and
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that.
and I'm fine with that because it wasn't like it was 2 hours. So for those type of movies, I'm okay with it if it's not long as it's not dragging it long, But
Yeah.
it was good. I wanted to see Den of Thieves 2, which I didn't get the chance to see, but that movie's 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Hmm.
So since it's been in theaters a while, it's gonna be damn near impossible to see it now. So I'm just gonna probably watch it on streaming, and then that I can watch it piece by piece because it's so long.
Yeah,
But I heard Den of Thieves 3 is in works, so I guess that kind of tells me where this one ends.
yeah.
so
Well, the thing is that
so yeah.
the last movie I saw was I saw Moana 2. I didn't even say Moana 1, so I had
Oh
no
yeah.
idea what was going on. But I didn't mind Moana 2. It wasn't bad.
It
My
made $1 billion.
Yeah, no, my daughter and my wife like, oh, this is great. I'm like, okay. I was like, I've never seen this, so I'm like, eh. I was like, as far as I know, like this isn't bad. So, but but I was all like, I just didn't know anything, so I kind of like, as things kind of kept going, I'm like, all right, well, whatever, works for me. But I think, like, yeah, it's good to see that, that there's a pretty decent slate of movies going into the summer. So I think the summer will be pretty good. And then, I mean, once you get past about, I would say probably like right around Halloween, because usually it's funny, they usually do like the horror stuff like November into like the holidays, and then like sometimes a little early, so sometimes a little earlier in the year and stuff like that. But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that looks pretty good. Like there was a couple of psychological things I wanted to see that I didn't get to see, like that Hugh Grant movie, what the candle where he's like, oh, I'm making a blueberry pie, and then she's like, oh, it's a scented candle. We gotta get out of here. And he's like, oh, you can't leave now. Like I wanted to see that one, and uh, the one with what's his name, James McAvoy. I was curious about that movie. I didn't see that
Hmm.
one. It's like what, like they meet that family and like, oh, you should come to our house and hang out, and then like the house is like it's like a trap. So I was like, oh, that
Yeah, I
looks
know what
kind of
you're talking
cool.
about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff coming out, and then TM Nerdy keeps on saying like, "Have you watched the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man yet?" Like, no, I haven't seen it yet. So I do want to check that
I
out. 'Cause
didn't. I
I
didn't even.
forget
I didn't even. I forgot it came out. So that's just something I'm after this. It's gonna be on my list. Like I'm at to watch
yeah,
it. Um, in between Invincible.
yeah, no, I'll watch that too, just because I'm just like, oh, like I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that like it's pretty cool. Like it looks fun. And I was like, all right, like I'll check that out. And then like they've gone silent on the whole like Nintendo movies thing, and they owe me a Legends of Zelda movie, and I'm not like I don't know what the holdup is. Like I've been loyal and patient. I had the meanest it was one of the meanest April Fool's jokes ever when they did like a whole trailer and like, yeah, April Fool's. I was like, fuck you. So I want that to come out at some point, but um you know I guess as far as everything though, like I said, I think we have a good slate of movies coming. TV, I don't know, to like our TV or streaming. There's going to be some good things. Supposedly, Stranger Things is coming out. I think at some point this year. Like they put the titles out, so I don't know when they're going to do it, but
I
at
gotta
some
watch.
point,
I gotta watch the season before that. I'm so behind. I gotta watch the
let
season
me
before
tell you,
that.
the season before that, so like they went and like the fashion of how they did it was very strange. Where it's like, okay, like so the first shows are the shortest ones, and they're not really short. Like they're around an hour, and then the deeper you go in, like the last like two episodes are like movies. They're like 2 hours a piece. So it's just like it's one of those things where it's like you'll watch like maybe like a couple of episodes and be okay, well I'll finish this off another time. And just like, but then you look and see like 2 hours and 10 minutes. Like, oh wow, like I actually need a like whole day. I need a day to sit down and watch this because this is gonna take a while. So I'm curious if they, I mean, I kind of, I have no, like, I don't mind long stuff. Like if you have a long movie, something like that, like, I don't mind. I'm getting all the, like, I'm getting my money's worth. That's the way I look at it. But when it's a season's worth of it, and it's just like, oh, this is going to be like 2 hours. This is all right. Well, I'll watch this tomorrow and then, go from there. But so I don't know if they're going to do that same thing again, but I do hope that like whatever they're bringing us is good enough that it's been worth the wait. Just because, I mean, it's just really been a great show, and I wish that, I mean, obviously, conditions with the world happened that changed everything and pushed things back, but I mean. It's gone so far, and they've come to like this point where it's just like, all right, I just need this to end so I can be like, okay, and I can move to something different. So, same thing with Cobra Kai. Like I'm just looking forward for that, to see like what happens next, and looking forward to it, actually concluding, and then go to something new. Like what's the new show you have? Like what other great show that you have in the works that you haven't put out yet? Because I know everybody has awesome stuff that they want to show us. So give us some new stuff. I'm on board for a lot of new things. I want to see good stuff.
Yeah. So I think we could call it a wrap. But I want to tell people make sure you check out. Chris dropped a whole bunch of videos, the different
Yeah,
stuff of a little kind of basically a short box of books he bought,
yeah,
and I have more coming in as well from the same basically kind of like guide collection if you ever
yeah.
want to say. But
and
definitely check out those videos. I want to say.
yeah, and I need to make a couple of videos. I need to make one for the Clam City Comic Con that I went to, which a comic show or whatever, and then stuff that I picked up at that other shop last week. So I will be making more stuff and doing that just because I have to put out some other things for everybody. So,
Mhm.
but whenever there's whenever the sale happens that we normally do, I will also do a preview video to let everybody know like what's for sale, what's going on there. So and in those other videos, like if you like I said, there was a 4-part video that I made. They're pretty relatively short. None of them are longer than 10 minutes. And that I said, like, if you see anything you like, let me know and I can tell you whether it's for sale or not. Just because the thing is that if you saw something that you liked and it's something that I'm going to be selling at some point, like I would rather give you first shot at it rather than put it up there and then you miss out. So if you see something, let me know, and if you don't, then no problem. It'll just be up for sale at some point, and you know, first come first
Yeah,
serve.
we'll probably. We're gonna try to do a pop up or something somewhere.
Yeah,
We'll figure that out. If it's not this weekend for me, it's gonna have to be 2 weeks from that because that's the how my weekends are. Every 2 weeks I'm
yeah,
off.
yeah. Because I
So
mean, I
you know,
could do
so
one on my channel. I just don't know. Like I just really don't.
I could do it on my channel and then you could dual stream it. But we'll
Yeah,
talk to Bleak. We'll talk to Bleak about it because actually it'd be even better for Bleak to do it, then we can dual stream it all three.
yeah,
Or he can I could do it start off and he can just tap in and do the same way.
yeah. I mean, we could
But
talk to
yeah,
him, but
yeah.
I know that Sundays, Sundays for now, there's no more football, so I ain't going anywhere. So it's just like,
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
like I could see like we
We
could
could
talk
do
to
it
him about
after church. Yeah, maybe
after
something
church.
after
Yeah,
church, like
so,
maybe an hour after church, give it a little break and then come back.
yeah,
So we'll talk to him. We'll try to do a pop up. Hopefully, we can do it this weekend, and then we could probably lock down a date for February and let you guys know when the main one is. But I know myself, I know Chris got some excess of some books that he's willing to move, and I know definitely know
yeah.
Bleecker has a whole bunch of books because they shut down the market.
Yeah, he
Uh,
stopped the market and he's looking to basically make some sales, and then he's also talking about
yeah,
going on Whatnot too. So
yeah, He's going to end up doing Whatnot, and we're probably going to try to do auction at least twice a month. We talked about it a little quickly. We're probably gonna try to do at least twice a month. So you know, that'll kind of pick up where stuff for from his antique store and all this stuff. So, but
yeah,
yeah, just stay tuned, everybody. Band of Brothers auction coming soon. I'll do an unboxing. I'll probably record it tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do it live. I'll probably record an unboxing. I have modern books plus a one signed books coming in. So I'll probably do that. Now just release it. Uh, whenever I've done it. That's all I got. Hunt. We got the hunt this Saturday evening, I
yep.
believe. So
It's gonna be
yeah,
9:30 Eastern, I think. So
yeah, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. So if we end up doing a Band of Brothers, it'll probably be in that early afternoon. Um, So that's it, man. Appreciate everybody that checks this video out later. Don't forget the two giveaways. Sub Chris up, sub myself up, so you don't miss out on the graphic content. And also, anybody in the channel, sub those guys up if they have a channel. And don't forget the thumbs up, man. Appreciate everybody. See you guys on the next one. Let's do this.
Quick, think positive. Never show any sign of weakness. Always go for the throat. Buy low, sell high. Fear, that's the other guy's problem. Nothing you have ever experienced can prepare you for the unbridled carnage you're about to witness. Super Bowl, the World Series, they don't know what pressure is. In this building, it's either kill or be killed. You make no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners.
You son of a bitch.
We happy? Vincent! We happy?
Yeah, we happy.